Hello the cop, please subscribe my channel for follow Liverpool Football Club news on every days. Liverpool Chiefs fly to Brazil, in bid to seal £20 million transfer for centre-back Beraldo. Liverpool are expected to head back into the transfer market in January in a bid to solve the defensive problems that have hampered their Premier League campaign. Liverpool have sent club chiefs to Brazil to seal the transfer of São Paulo star Lucas Beraldo. In a shock development, the Reds are negotiating a £20 million move for the 19-year-old, who is yet to be capped at senior level by his country. But he is already highly rated after helping the club to their Copa do Brasil success this year. The Reds have struggled defensively this season, with skipper Virgil van Dijk widely perceived to be struggling for his best form. A long-term injury to Andy Robertson has further disrupted matters, and Jurgen Klopp is now set to use the January window to address his back line. According to The Sun, Liverpool representatives met directly with Beraldo after the 1-0 win over Cruzeiro last week. São Paulo has since beaten Bragantino by the same scoreline, with the centre-back playing 90 minutes in both matches. Klopp is reportedly keen to get the deal done before the summer in order to avoid being scuppered by other clubs. And critically, Beraldo would also be eligible to play in Liverpool's Europa League campaign for the remainder of the competition. He joined the São Paulo youth setup in 2020, making his first team debut 2 years later. And he has twice been capped by Brazil at under-20 level, a notion that altered the Merseyside club to his talent. As well as Van Dijk, Klopp also has Joe Gomez, Ibrahima Konate, and Joel Matip as defensive options in the middle. But none of the three have grasped their opportunities this season, with Matip in particular expected to leave the club when his deal expires in 2024. However, Jarell Quansah is also emerging as a player with real potential. The 19-year-old played in the recent Carabao Cup win over Bournemouth, and impressed in difficult conditions. Despite their defensive woes, Liverpool have the opportunity on Sunday, temporarily at least, to draw level on points with league leaders Manchester City. The Reds host Brentford at Anfield, with a 2 p.m. kick-off. Pep Guardiola gives Kalvin Phillips green light to join Liverpool amid transfer interest. Liverpool could rekindle their interest in Kalvin Phillips after Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola insisted he would never block one of his players from joining a rival. Pep Guardiola has stressed he would never prevent a Manchester City player from signing for a title rival following reports linking Kalvin Phillips with a move to Liverpool. The Premier League champions have regularly sanctioned big moves for players in the past. City gave Raheem Sterling their blessing to join Chelsea last summer, while Gabriel Jesus and Oleksandr Zinchenko were both sold to Arsenal, who ended up establishing themselves as rival title contenders. The Gunners' success after acquiring Jesus and Zinchenko from City had led some people to speculate whether Guardiola would be reluctant to sell players to rivals in the future. But the Spaniard is adamant that is not the case, because that's simply not how big clubs operate. Speaking in his pre-match press conference ahead of City's meeting with Chelsea, where he will come face-to-face with Sterling, Guardiola said, "Never. Never ever. From my point of view, I have said this to the club many times. I give my opinion to the club and they decide if the transfer suits for both sides and the player. Why? I think that means you are a small club, if you block a transfer. Big clubs, they don't care. They make decisions for the benefit of all three parties, players and both clubs, and the agents sometimes. So really it is not a problem. If they want to go to Chelsea or Manchester United or, I don't know, Liverpool, whatever, what is the problem? They are happy to be there and the club is happy with the transfer. The other club is happy with the amount of money they spend, so it is fine. Another player will come to us and we keep going in a good spirit and a good mood." Guardiola's frank verdict could encourage Liverpool to rekindle their interest in Phillips, who emerged as a transfer target in the summer. The Anfield hierarchy failed to firm up their interest in the England star and instead moved on to other targets. But with Phillips still on the periphery at the Etihad, A report from Sky Sports in Germany last month outlined that Liverpool will consider lodging an official proposal for the former Leeds favourite in the January transfer window. Jurgen Klopp rebuilt his engine room this summer after signing Alexis Mac Allister, Dominic Szoboszlai, Wataru Endo and Ryan Gravenberch, but could continue that work in the new year. Ex-Liverpool star pours doubt on Jurgen Klopp's succession plan after Michael Owen backing. Having been at the helm since October 2015, Jurgen Klopp is set to stay on as Liverpool manager until at least the summer of 2026 after signing a 2-year contract extension. Former Liverpool midfielder Bjorn Zenden has opposed the views of Michael Owen over who should be the next manager at Anfield when Jurgen Klopp steps down. There is no immediate suggestion that the German boss is ready to walk away, having last year signed a deal to stay at the club until the summer of 2026. That would take his tenure with Liverpool beyond a decade, with a sizable legacy already secured, having won every major trophy available while in charge. Owen has already endorsed Xabi Alonso as the man to take over, with the ex-Anfield favourite currently impressing at Bayer Leverkusen. Speaking with DAZN Bet, Owen said, "Of course Alonso has links with the club, the fans love him, so he would be someone the club would consider if he was still doing well." Zenden, however, is far from convinced that his former teammate is the right man, and that won't change unless Alonso can achieve a sustained period of success in the Bundesliga. "I played with Xabi at Liverpool and I understand why people are saying he could be the solution when Klopp leaves," he told WSM Casino. "Jurgen is doing a great job at the moment and he's here to stay for many more years. There's no doubt that Alonso is doing great things at Bayern Leverkusen, who aren't a small team. To compete with the likes of Borussia, Dortmund and Bayern Munich isn't easy. But he's doing really well and he has a certain style of play and his own ideas of how to play. He likes to play a possession-based game and create things from there. It's offensive and it's caught the eye of a lot of people. We have to ask if Liverpool is the right fit for him at the moment, but Xabi is in the right place. I don't think moving to Liverpool will happen on the back of one successful year. He has to prove himself over the next few years and keep the momentum going. For all the talk of Harry Kane and Bayern Munich, Alonso's side will return to the top of the table in Germany if they beat Union Berlin at home on Sunday afternoon. The World Cup winner has thus far overseen 9 wins and a draw in their 10 league matches. Klopp currently has his own title ambitions though. A home win over Brentford will, temporarily at least, move his side back level on points with Premier League leaders Manchester City. Hello the Cop, please subscribe my channel for follow Liverpool Football Club news on everydays.